Well, for Europe, I would say this is a must. If I cannot be humble for a second, it is a must to have an instrument like slices. For various reasons. One is the one that I mentioned before, the fact that we need in our community an instrument like slices that is pan-European, which means essentially large scale enough and a reference point for research in Europe, where we can test in a reliable and trustworthy way the research results that we are developing as researchers. So this is one point. The second point is that the rest of the world is not sitting. I mean, the rest of the world is also developing similar infrastructure, and they are even ahead of us in some cases. So just to mention a few, in the US, there is a big initiative called Power and Colosseum, where our colleagues are developing since years a research infrastructure, a very big research infrastructure for wireless networking, and that aim is essentially the same as slices. Japan is going along a similar line, and they also have testbeds that aim at a similar scale like slices. And there are other parts of the world that are also building up similar infrastructures like Latin America, India, and China, of course. So slices is extremely well connected with this international dimension. We are already in discussion with those, let's say, sister initiatives in order to team up and plan collaboration and joint exploitation of our resources. So imagine a sort of a macro federation of this infrastructure at the worldwide scale. That would be an extremely useful instrument for people, for researchers in our community to test really at the scale comparable to the internet, also with geographical diversity. So slices is essentially the European landmark in this international ecosystem. So I really think that slices is a fundamental asset that Europe should have. Of course, I mean, limited to the research environment we are talking about, that is the future internet. But for that environment, I think slices is really something that will be extremely beneficial for European researchers.